Hello! We reached the half of this fifth day, and we stay now in Europe, traveling to France to hear an expert ceramist and master dental technician, Mr. Christophe Yu. Christophe graduated in Paris in 1990, where he still practices, and is a specialist of the aesthetic reconstructions and smile design. He has authored numerous articles and is also the co-founder of the Global Advanced Dentistry GAD Center together with Dr. Cyril Gaillard. He is a certified maxillofacial technician and also graduated in aesthetic full mouth rehabilitation. We are always happy to learn more about this great area of the dental world, which is ceramic work and dental laboratory. This time by Christophe Yu, talking about the importance of the diagnostic wax-up in the success of the new smile makeover. I invite you all to follow his lectures. See you soon.
Hello everyone, I am very honored to participate in this conference, surrounded by so many talented speakers. I would like to thank especially João Borges for the trust he has placed in me. I hope we will enjoy this conference, but first, let me offer you this little trip in Paris. See you soon!
Importance of the diagnostic wax-up in the success of a new smile makeover. The DSD and the validation of the mock-up has strengthened the teamwork between the dentist and the dental technician. The success of the new smile will depend largely on the respect of the protocols. First case. Here, the patient's request arises from the fact that she doesn't like her smile. In her opinion, her gum is too visible, but she likes the shape of her teeth. First step, the photo and video protocol. No aesthetic work should be started in the laboratory if this list is not complete. We need photo and protocols AECD, videos, digital smile design, qualities of dental impression, 1 byte. What are the advantages of video to our aesthetic studies? As you can see, the behavior of the patient change according to whether he or she poses in front of camera or a video camera. In a photo, a face is more tense. It is not natural. The muscles of the face are contracted. With the video we can see that the patient shows more her gum. This is the protocol for the DSD. And this is the DSD project. The recording of the B pupillary line with respect to the upper jaw allows us to make a smile parallel to the B pupillary line. For my part, I add to my DSD a study of the face with software developed by Dr. Galip Gurel, the Visage Smile. This software is very interesting. It takes into consideration the shape of the face. HIP table. The HIP table enables me to create the workshop and the final work. HIP means 3 reproducible bone points. In a study carried out on 10,000 contemporary skulls, there is a 99% correlation of this point. The first one is at the level of the incisive retropapilla, and the other two are at the level of depression behind the maxillary tuberosity. One skull in 100 has a pathologic HEP. That is why we use the 1 byte, which allows us to verify this anomaly. This video shows the protocol with HIP table and the models. HIP plane is parallel to the occlusal plane and the camper plane. It should also be parallel to the epiphyseal plane, as is illustrated in this picture with a white line. Next step, the wax-up. According to the aesthetic project, it is important to note the wax-up finish, the texture and the transition lines. The wax-up, which will serve as a mock-up, must be the copy of the future smile. The wax-up has respected the DSD. Skin Lab. The wax-up can be modified by making the incisor with the Skin Lab method. This picture shows the models of natural teeth created by Dr. Hanaito. They serve to create the composite shells to give an even more natural aspect to the mock-up. The composite shells must be extremely thin. The texture of the teeth is completely natural because it is modeled on natural teeth. The length of the teeth can be better controlled with translucid composite shells. Here, at the top, the duplicate model with skin. Human intervention cannot reproduce the perfection of nature even with an excellent wax-up. The video on the right shows the mock-up in the mouth of the patient. She has not as yet seen herself with the new teeth. The last step: presentation of the video of the mock-up to the patient. This presentation was done twice, once with skin system and once with the wax-up, without telling her which was which. But she preferred the skin. Occlusion and aesthetic. The wax-up is used to validate an aesthetic project, but also in more complex cases it can be used to validate a new occlusion. Denisa is a young patient. Her request is only for her single center, 21. She doesn't like her smile, but she has no idea of the wear on her teeth. This case made with Dr. Florine Coffard and Dr. Cyril Gaillard has been the subject of an article in the prestigious QDT last year. The dream team: dentist, technician, and of course patient. On this picture, we can see the asymmetry of gingival plane. Her occlusion is extremely tight, and the abrasion of her teeth is abnormally advanced for her age. The loss of dimension vertical can be seen. Must we respond to the patient first, request or offer treatment to maintain the good health of her teeth? All the treatment must be started with the DSD project. Can I treat only the aesthetic part, or can I have to treat also the function? If I have to treat the function, must I have to treat upper and lower arch? If yes, must I increase the video? How much? How? By the upper edge, by the lower, by the boss. When I decide to increase the video, how can I test the new occlusion? Must I start my treatment by aesthetic part, by function part? What will be the difficulty that we will have to deal with in this case? What is the problem? The problem is a proprioception. For that, we will use the tense. We will program the masticatory muscle. In first, placement of the electrode. After cancellation of the muscle with the 10, we will record the new DVO with the K7. Okay, here. This is a new byte with the new DVO. With the space recreate, we are able to recreate with the wax the shape of abraded teeth. In the picture, we can see the wax which was added only on the abraded teeth. On this video, we can see the validation of the mockup. All contacts have been recreated. Here, the frontal view with the new DVO. In the first picture, at the top, we can see the patient's occlusion of departure. On the second picture, with the neuromuscular bite, and on the third, the mock-up in the mouth. Now that our occlusion is stabilized, we can start working on aesthetic projects. Florin Kofar chose to work directly with the skin concept of Paolo Cano. Here are the very thin layers of composite. After polishing, and that is the result of the skin. After validation of the mockup, small gingival retouch on the central 21. Here we can see the minimal invasive preparation. The last step is the optical impression of the mockup to make the ears impress. Here is the result after makeup and a huge work of textures. Cementation of the vestibular veneers. And here the palatal veneers. This picture shows the final result after cementation. We can see the perfect respect of the initial wax-up. We kept a natural aspect of the patient's smile, also we modified her occlusion. Note the importance of teamwork. You can judge her smile now. The patient is delighted with her smile and we maintain the good health of her teeth. Reflect case. Luciana is 21 years old. She has a complex with a space between her teeth, diastema, and asymmetry of her smile. Video and DSD protocols. Her occlusion is tight. We decide to create some space by increasing the DVO. Here you have the situation in situ. After tense, the bite with a new occlusion. After waxing, fitting the mock-up in the mouth. Now you can see the perfect respect of the anatomy of the occlusal morphology. We create the duplicate to avoid damaging the wax-up. It is another case with Cyril Gaillard and Florine Coffard, and a new skin concept. Here you have polishing of the skin in situ, and now the result of the mock-up. Let's move on to optical impression on composite shells and occlusal surfaces. In the first picture, we can see the adequate adaptation of the occlusal cuspid. The two other pictures are the drafts of the future veneers. The veneers in situ after the hand-made makeup. On both pictures we can see the increase of the DVO and the correct adaptation of the veneers. We have managed to close the diastema. We have kept small imperfections to give a natural look to her smile. With this new and natural smile, she feels confident and self-assured. Without dental intervention on the left and with dental intervention on the right. The final result, the new smile makeover. The last case, Laura. Laura, unlike Denisa and Luciana, she is consulting for symptoms and not an aesthetic demand. This young patient came to consult for headache, back pain, tiredness, with a lack of equilibrium of the skeleton to the left, which was also found in the upper maxillary. With the K7, we measured a new vertical dimension in neuromuscular treatment. The aesthetic study was done with the DSD. In the picture on the left, on the HIP table we can see the bipupillary line in green and the maxillary axis in white. On the right, I will superimpose the DSD simulation, which will serve as a reference for the wax-up. For this case, I chose to make the wax-up with Skin Lab protocols. We always start with the central incisor on the HIP table. Here, the dentist has heightened the sector 4 with composite as a temporary measure to relieve the patient. This photo shows the teeth which needed to be lengthened to correct the occlusion. On the left, the beginning, and on the right, the final wax-up before the markup. A front view of the wax-up. This is the mock-up. The mock-up results are satisfactory. We have the contact. The result with the mock-up. On the left, the patient's facial muscles are relaxed in comparison with her face before treatment. Her back pain and tiredness to test whether her back pain and tiredness with the aid of the mock-up we needed to reduce the teeth only minimally. We made a precise optical impression of the mock-up and were able to produce the final capes. Before and after. The final result and a new smile. The basic work was done by machine, but the finishing was entirely done by hand. The final comparison between the beginning and the end of a treatment. And the happy patient and happy end. Special thanks to Dr. Christian Kochman and Dr. Paolo Cano for inspiration, Dr. Sophie Velg, Dr. Florine Koffar and Dr. Cyril Gaillard for the great collaboration, and Luana Pop for collaboration in Donkov. Thank you for your attention.